Tonight, the Ministry of Health and Wellness reports as of yesterday the latest numbers of new confirmed cases of COVID-19 is at 63 with an additional 25 patients recovered. The Ministry of Health and Wellness Dr. Christopher Tufton took to the streets of Spanish Town earlier today to launch the Mask Up Before You Talk Up initiative.
This is an important occasion and we're calling on all of Jamaica, all Jamaicans to listen. This season, mask up before you.
5 police stations and 3 health centers across Jamaica are set to be upgraded under the Jamaica Social Investment Fund JSIF Poverty Reduction Program PRP Phase 4 initiative in partnership with the European Union.
At JSIF, we strive to place high emphasis on investing in community development through the implementation of impactful projects that will enable citizens to have a better quality of life.
And the National Works Agency, NWA, is advising the motoring public that 2 of the westbound lanes on Washington Boulevard, St. Andrew, will be taken out of service in the vicinity of the Ruby service station this Sunday, November 22, between the hours of 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. Good evening. Jamaica has recorded 63 new cases of COVID-19 and 25 patient recoveries, as reported by the Ministry of Health and Wellness yesterday, November 19. The country's total number of confirmed COVID-19 cases now stand at 10,151, of which 4,343 are active. The new cases consist of 30 males and 33 females with ages ranging from 7 months to 87 years old. Of the new cases, 20 are from Kingston and St. Andrew, 15 from St. James, 7 from Hanover, 5 from St. Anne, 4 each from Clarendon and Westmoreland, 3 from Trelawney, 2 each from Manchester and St. Catherine, and 1 from St. Mary. The ministry said 2 of the cases were locally transmitted and the other 61 are under investigation. Meanwhile, the ministry said 25 patients have recovered from the virus, bringing the country's total number of recoveries to 5,432. 1 death was also reported as under investigation. The country's death toll since the outbreak now stands at 235. Minister of Health and Wellness Dr. Christopher Tufton says Jamaica could see a spike in cases of the coronavirus COVID-19 in the new year due to the increase in the number of persons visiting the island for the upcoming festive season. Addressing the ministry's weekly virtual press conference yesterday, Dr. Tufton said data from the Norman Manley International Airport shows that approximately 33,500 passengers are projected to arrive there for the month of November and another 43,386 in December. The health minister also pointed out that greater numbers of persons visiting our shores means that the probability of an increase in infection will also go up. Chief Medical Officer Dr. Jacqueline Bisesa Mackenzie said that as Jamaica approaches the festive season, quote, every Jamaican has to be a policeman, end quote, in terms of monitoring travelers and celebrations. Dr. Bisesa Mackenzie pointed out that many persons will return to Jamaica for the Thanksgiving holiday on November 26, and so the increase in the number of COVID-19 cases could start from there. The Minister of Health and Wellness, Dr. Christopher Tufton, took to the streets of Spanish Town earlier today to launch the Mask Up Before You Talk Up initiative. This 6-week campaign will see community health aides visiting high-traffic town centers across the island to remind individuals to protect themselves during the Christmas season. And here is Colleen May with more on this story.
The Minister of Health and Wellness, Dr. Christopher Tufton, who was today accompanied by health aides and other healthcare workers, launched the use of COVID-19 signs in all major town centers across the country. The minister, speaking in Spanish Town, says this will be used to increase public awareness surrounding COVID-19.
We are here today as public health to launch a new element of the COVID response program. And we call in this program the Mask Up Before Talk Up program. Show the sign for me, please. Put it up and down. Show the sign so people see what it is about. And we're going to be doing this because we know that during the holiday season, everybody tempted to go out and to enjoy themselves. We know that people are going to go to shop extra this Christmas season. We know that they are going to go out and go to church a little more often this season. We know that they are going to go and look for them friends because that is the tradition of the season. And so in public health, because we want you to be safe, because we want you to maintain your wellness, because we don't want no corona around town, around your yard, in your house, with your neighbor, with your family. Come January, we are saying to you, we're asking you to do one important thing between now and after Christmas. What is that? Say it again. Louder. One more time.
Dr. Tufton also outlined the other centers where the ministry and its team will be visiting.
We're going into every town center in Jamaica, in Mandeville, in Maypen, in Falmouth, in Montego Bay, in Hopewell, Hanover, in Sav, in all of the town centers across the country. And we're going to be carrying the signs. This is, today we're unveiling also the uniform, or an addition to the community health aid uniform. I want you to turn the back for me to show that you're a walking billboard. And you look at the back, what the back say. Ministry of Health and Wellness, beat COVID-19, wear your mask, wash your hands, keep your distance. So every one of you who go out, people are not only going to hear what you say, but they're going to read what you represent. So that is standard uniform now. Nobody must go out without it doing this work. This is an important occasion, and we're calling on all of Jamaica, all Jamaicans, to listen. This season, mask up before you. Protect yourself and your family against COVID-19. Whether you're in the church, in the bar, in the market, in the supermarket, in the hairdressing parlor, mask up before you talk up.
Reporting for Mello TV News, I'm Colleen May.
Thanks, Colleen. In other news, the National Works Agency, NWA, is advising the motoring public that 2 of the westbound lanes on Washington Boulevard, St. Andrew, will be taken out of service in the vicinity of the Rubis service station this Sunday, November 22, between the hours of 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. The lane restrictions are to facilitate the continuation of repair works on the Rochester Gully Bridge. Motorists heading towards 6 miles will only have the use of one lane during the period, and as such, Manager for Communication and Customer Services at the National Works Agency, Stephen Shaw, is encouraging motorists, where possible, to use alternative routes to avoid delays. He is also reminding motorists to obey all safety signs and instructions when using the corridor. The NWA started works to effect much-needed repairs to the deck of the Rochester Gully Bridge in the summer, which has resulted in improvements. However, through monitoring, the agency sees where additional works are required and is continuing with the necessary intervention. 5 police stations and 3 health centers across Jamaica are set to be upgraded under the Jamaica Social Investment Fund JSIF Poverty Reduction Program PRP Phase 4 initiative in partnership with the European Union. More on this story with Colleen Mee.
4 contracts valued at $416 million were signed yesterday to commence work for the implementation of 10 major infrastructural sub-projects under the Jamaica Social Investment Fund JSIF Poverty Reduction Program PRP Phase 4 initiative. Speaking at the contract signing ceremony at the Jamaica Pegasus Hotel, Chairman of JSIF Dr. Wayne Henry said the works will include the upgrade of police stations across select parishes and health centres in St. James.
These sub-projects will be implemented under the JSIF PRP Phase 4 initiative and are valued at approximately 416 million Jamaican dollars. This will include the upgrading of 5 police stations, as you heard, across select parishes, 2 in Clarendon, 2 in Kingston, 1 in St. James. And we are pleased also to announce that we will be demolishing the old police station in Mount Salem, the Mount Salem community, and we'll be building a new police station for the community. At JSIF, we strive to place high emphasis on investing in community development through the implementation of impactful projects that will enable citizens to have a better quality of life. As the nation continues to grapple with the COVID-19 pandemic, we see the implementation of these health centers as very timely to provide the requisite facilities for our health and medical workers to facilitate the delivery of service in an environment compliant with COVID-19 protocols. Additionally, we are pleased to announce that under the JSIF PRP Phase 4 project, the Ministry of Health and Wellness, Western Regional Health Authority, will benefit from the three upgraded health centers in St. James and a newly constructed health center in the Adelphi community. These facilities will boast modern amenities, including consultation rooms, dental offices, as you heard, pharmacies, sterilization and treatment rooms, among other things.
Dr. Henry also stressed that the roles of the contractors are critical to the delivery of a high-quality finished product.
In this regard, I'm urging the contractors present who have been successful in their bids to ensure that the project completion is timely while reflecting adherence to standards and the highest quality. That it is very important for us to build sustainable infrastructure. Again, as we speak of economic growth and development, we are careful to say sustainable growth and sustainable development, and now inclusive sustainable economic growth and development.
In her remarks, head of the European Union delegation to Jamaica, Ambassador Marianne Van Steen said the upgrade work on the health centers and police stations will expand the capacity of the health sector and will also provide much-needed improvements in the security experience, especially now as the nation responds to COVID-19.
The Jamaica Social Investment Fund and the European Union enjoy a strong and fruitful partnership. We have this partnership over a period of 20 years already. Through the poverty reduction program, and we're talking about the fourth part of that big, huge program, we have impacted many lives with our investments in improved infrastructure in underserved communities. Already, we have supported the renovation and/or the construction of over 30 infant and primary schools and 8 police stations across the island. The program has constructed several community roads, drains, and multi-purpose centers, and all of that, and I think that is really important to underline, in partnership with the residents.
She added that all of these improvements will benefit the over 50,000 residents and workers of the 7 communities in which they are located.
Good health is a cornerstone of development, and it's essential for the reduction of poverty. Never ever its importance has been more appreciated during these times where we are all facing this global challenge called COVID-19. But not only health, I mean citizen security as well. It's an essential part of people's well-being, and it's very, very closely linked to poverty reduction as well. And it's therefore that I'm very pleased that the European Union, via its poverty reduction program, can support the government's efforts to strengthen Jamaica's infrastructure in these key areas. All these improvements will benefit to over 50,000 residents and workers of the 7 communities in which they are located. But it's also true that a lot remains to be done. And again, I'm confident, and the people in my team are confident, that the members of the respective communities will protect the facilities which will now be renovated or constructed.
Reporting for Mello TV News, I'm Colleen May.
Thanks, Colleen. Approximately 160 youngsters from Trenchtown and Whitfield Town St. Andrew will benefit from interventions aimed at steering them away from crime and violence under the Local Partner Development LPD program. The United States Agency for International Development, USAID, funded initiative involves partnership with local civil society organizations to deliver crime and violence prevention services to at-risk youth, enabling them to become productive members of society. 3 entities, Peace Management Initiative, Multicare Youth Foundation, and Violence Prevention Alliance, have been awarded grants totaling US $1,070,000 to provide interventions, including cognitive behavioral therapy, mentorship, vocational and life skills training, and employability support. The grant signing ceremony and launch of the LPD took place yesterday at the Terra Nova All-Suite Hotel in St. Andrew. Minister of National Security, Honorable Dr. Horace Chang, in hailing the initiative, said that effective social intervention strategies and programs are vital for safeguarding lives, transforming communities, and reducing the number of young men turning to gangs. In other news, as part of responding to the call from the Ministry of Education for the private sector to help with the A Tablet Per Child initiative, the San Myrna Foundation continues to do that by again gifting tablets to needy students, this time in the parish of St. Anne. And we have more on this story with Natisha Johnson.
The San Myrna Foundation is continuing their efforts to help with the donation of tablets to students across the country to assist with online classes, with their latest donation going to students in St. Anne yesterday. The director of the foundation, Robert Whiting, speaking with our news team, says this initiative is aimed at reaching as much children as they possibly can.
We are distributing tablets throughout Jamaica, not just in Kingston, but we giving out from Kingston to St. Anne's, and we have more stops that we are going to make and give out more tablets. What we are trying to do is help our young ones who have difficulty getting a tablet and hardship getting a tablet. We are trying to touch as many lives that we can. And we want to ensure that when San Myrna Foundation give a child a tablet, it used just for education purpose. And we are also appealing to the parents, mother, father, to get involved with the child and ensure that these tablets that we are giving out is used for education purpose only.
Mr. White also expressed that the foundation works closely with the Jamaican Constabulary Forces Community Department to ensure that students are gifted twice by both the Ministry of Education and then by the foundation.
San Myrna Foundation already made 4 stops distributing tablets so far, and we have plans to do at least another 10 more stops. But you know, we are taking our time, and what we want to do is we want to ensure that one child do not get 2 tablets. So we make checks with the schools that we do not double up with giving out the tablets. And the JCF in the area where we go, we try to work with them, and in the community safety section of the JCF to ensure that we do the distribution correctly and let it reach the person who is in need of it more. And we do not double up and give to someone twice, you know. So what we are preventing is to ensure that you don't get a tablet from the government and then we give you one more. So we do our checks before.
Head of the St. Anne Police Division, Superintendent Carlos Russell, in thanking the San Myrna Foundation, urges parents to try and monitor their children while using the internet.
I just want to thank the San Myrna Foundation for this generous offer to these youngsters. These are kids who did not have a tablet or a device to access education system. So I know that these tablets will go a far way in assisting them to better enable themselves to learn more and to be a part of the education system. We just want to also encourage the parents to monitor these children and these devices. We know that they will be on the internet, and the internet offers a lot, not only education. So we have to ensure that what they're accessing is educational products and not anything else. Not official reports, but parents, we interact with parents on a daily basis, and persons would say that, look, they have to be there to monitor their kids because sometimes they are accessing other information on the internet. So we just have to say we know that sometimes it is very difficult because parents have to work, and there's not much as it relates to supervision. But we have to try as best as possible to see what we can put in place to ensure that these kids are monitored. That is very important.
Mario James, a parent, in thanking Mr. Wise, says this will help in furthering his children's education.
My daughter Shania, my son Kamal, wish to say thank you to you both, to you all, for giving them this lovely tablet. Education goes a far way, and without it, maybe they would not be able to go as far as they want to. So I'd like to say thank you to you all, Ms. Ennis, Foundation, San Myrna.
I'm Nathisha Johnson reporting for Mello TV News.
Thanks, Nathisha. And in a Mello News update, the Ministry of Education, Youth and Information says that the electronic system for the Own Your Own Device OYOD incentive program is now available. Parents and guardians can access the application at oyod.educate.gov.gm. The application process will close on December 4th. The ministry says it sincerely apologizes for the delay in the process and appreciates the nation's patience and support as they continue to work towards the benefit of our children. The ministry is again advising the public that the following numbers and email addresses are the official points of contact to get information regarding the OYOD program. The telephone numbers are 888-EDUCATE, that is 888-338-2283, 888-SCH-TIME, that is 888-724-8463, email educate@educate.gov.gm or oyod@moey.gov.gm. And those are the stories making news. I'll return with the recap. We will now take a break and then join Christopher Scott with sports.